Welcome to Overanalyzing Everything, the podcast where we put pop culture under a microscope and stare lovingly at its flaws.
Today we're going to be talking about one of the most iconic shows, TV shows of all time, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. We both love this show.
I'm so excited.
And it's a show that gave us vampires, ton of high school trauma, a musical episode, and a ton of metaphors.
Plus, we're breaking down why you should absolutely still watch it, even in 2025, and why we're cautiously excited about the reboot. Yeah. Also, best and worst episodes, problematic faves, fun facts, and more.
But first, what are you drinking today, Mom?
Let's see, what's in my cup?
What's in your cup?
So I have a Pu'er tea. Is the name. Like I'm so insecure about saying that, but it's spelled Puerh, I think, Pu'er, and it's kind of a mild black tea. Like, it's very mild, and I don't know if it's the brand or the tea type itself, but I think I would rename it Giles's Disappointment because it's not very exciting. It's kind of mediocre. What about you, Bailey?
Blood.
What?
Just kidding.
Yikes.
It's vampires. Anyways.
What? It's coffee.
It's just coffee. It's cold brew.
How much have you had today?
This much.
Okay.
That's how much I've had today.
So here's the thing about Buffy. Like, it might have started, it started in 1997.
Yeah.
And it still hits so hard. Like, we rewatched it, and Bailey has not seen the 7th season. So Bailey has not seen.
No spoilers.
Yeah, all of the 7th season. So we won't be getting into that. But we rewatched it this last year, and I think I watched it my first time around, I want to say 2004. So I didn't watch it when it was like.
Well, for me this
active.
time it was not. It was not a rewatch. It was my first time.
Right. But for me, it was like a rewatch, and I was kind of nervous. I was like, I mean, this still has to be really good, right? And it 1,000% is. It is so good. The parts really that I remember being weak were like, yeah, they're kind of a mess. It begins very episodic because that's how television was. Yeah. And what I love about Buffy is that you see how you see television evolve in front of your eyes with midway through season 2, and it becomes like a show that does things on an arcing seasons, and it's so good and so interesting, and they do it so well. There are some things that are problematic about it. What shocked me was that the R slur was used in it, and I know that was like a normalized term back in those days, but I couldn't even believe that it was still like that it was televised. Like, that was really very like cringy and disappointing to see. So like that I wish it wasn't in there, but it was like of the time. And I think there are some other things that like stood out, but overall the show is so good. And it was just like, I don't know. Sorry, go ahead, Bailey.
Yeah, I really like the show so far.
Yeah.
Sorry. I still haven't finished it. I started watching last year. And it's, yeah, that one thing made me very upset. But everything else, it's really, really good show, and it's definitely like worth a watch. The first season is very slow, though.
Yeah, so the first season, I feel like it's so important to watch. So if you're somebody who's never watched this show before, first of all, we're going to give a lot of spoilers later on. So,
sorry.
So only listen so far into this.
Yes.
But I feel like the first season, it is.
We might say before we do our first spoiler, like,
yeah,
just a warning, spoilers from now on.
Yeah. So the first season is very much like episodic, monster of the week, and campy. And I remember I first watched this, and I was like, in college, and I would go on a treadmill, and I would like kind of enjoy it that way, like very casually, and I wasn't expecting a lot, but I knew it was popular. And I was like, I leaned into the camp. I was like okay with it, and I didn't realize how much more was yet to come. But I feel like it's really important to watch the first season, even though it's like on the whole, it's not that good. It's not the best of the show, but they call back to it so often. And they're very self-aware of the campiness of it.
It introduces the characters, it introduces the setting, like it introduces a lot of important parts.
It introduces Angel in a very like in important ways,
and it tells
the main
you about
characters,
the Slayers, and like a little bit,
and then the storyline, the big bad, which is like they'll use that in Buffy lore. The big bad is like not so much the monster of the week, but the monster of the season, and that's the Master in the first season. And I liked the Master episode. I like the finale. It's not there's major error with it that I think Christopher pointed out. Wait, no, this is the part where maybe that was the part where it worked, because there's a part where Angel has to breathe, and I think in this one he says he can't deliver CPR to somebody.
Yes.
But then later in a later season he like does, but I can't remember which one. So I'm sorry, I don't remember this.
I don't remember him doing that, but I do remember like you can definitely see vampires breathing. Like
you can see them breathing in like the cold and all that.
The fact that they're talking in the first place, like air is coming out of their mouth, and also
I guess we choose to ignore these facts.
Also, you don't need to breathe into someone's mouth in order to do CPR.
Yeah, I guess so. You could just do it.
Yeah, and also wait, there's more. I have a lot to say.
Okay.
Like you see when Spike is like smoking and stuff.
Yeah.
You can see the smoke coming out of his mouth.
That's valid. Yeah, I feel like that's what I knew there was something about that where like he brings up the breathing in the finale episode, and it's actually like definitely ignored and like, never mind guys, that was not an issue. Let's not talk about that anymore. But I feel like that was the big part of the finale. And one thing that was really cool about it was that Buffy normalized strong female leads who were also vulnerable and flawed.
Yeah.
And they developed this whole female character, which I know you often talk about, like something that you yearn for. And it's so neat how they did that with her and all the nuances to like her perspectives on death and immortality. And it's just such a great show, guys. It's so great.
I don't see a lot of like really good comedic characters that are female characters. And Anya is amazing.
Yeah, Anya is one of our favorites. She does not show up until later seasons, sadly, shockingly, but she is so great. In its time, it led to so many things like fandom culture. There were like message boards, shipping characters, like all of that is a little bit more normalized now, but at the time it was a really big deal. And now we have Veronica Mars, which kind of like spun off. You can see it evolve from Buffy. I know you've only watched a couple episodes of that, but it's very like Buffy-esque, supernatural.
And I looked into it, some elements of Doctor Who, the reboot of Doctor Who that started in 2005. That also some of it was inspired by Buffy and Angel.
I am obsessed hearing that. That's amazing. Like what elements? What are you talking about?
I don't exactly remember, but I do remember like looking into it and seeing that some of the creators were like inspired by it for certain elements.
Is it stuff that I've seen yet?
Possibly. I think it might have been the spin-off Torchwood was based on like kind of similar to what they did with Angel.
Okay. Did they air it like the same way?
I think so.
Okay. Okay, now I know Bailey is dying to get into the segment, but we're going to talk about our favorite and least favorite episodes.
Yay!
And we are so obsessed with Buffy that I know eventually we will probably have entire episodes of this podcast dedicated to
these specific episodes.
Yeah, these ones are okay. So we're very excited about that, and please comment if there is an episode you really want us to like get into. There are some I know we probably will do either way, but
particularly Once More with Feeling.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna probably get into more like spoilers right now, so
sorry.
Be aware. And don't let the show get spoiled for you if you haven't seen it.
Please just
go watch it.
Just watch it and then come back.
Yeah. Okay, so Bailey and I started trying to create our own separate like top lists.
And then we realized it was the same.
They were all just the same episodes.
Yeah.
So we're going to combine on this.
like all the same episodes pretty much.
So the number one episode that we both agree is like our absolute favorite is
Once More with Feeling.
Once More with Feeling.
It's the best. It might be the best episode of anything ever.
It is so good. So solid. It is a musical episode. And
don't let that turn you away from it.
I feel like
so good.
I feel like I've seen a lot of television musical episodes and none of them got it as well as Buffy did. Like, it is so good. I have the soundtrack and I still listen to it to this day, and it is still so solid and so good, and I will sing the songs to myself, and so will Bailey. It is so good.
I honestly haven't seen that many
TV musicals.
Yeah, especially not like good ones. This was a good one though.
I off the top of my head right now can't think of a good one.
Two.
What can you think of?
This one.
Okay.
And The Nightman Cometh from Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Does that even count? That was so good.
That was amazing.
Okay, that's a great one. But
it doesn't quite compare to this one though. It's like this is the best.
I have the Grey's Anatomy one, just like
I know
forever
of that
embedded
one.
in my brain. And I thought a lot of people like it.
There was a Miraculous one too that I did not like.
Oh really?
It was a Christmas special. It was no.
Right. So yeah, a lot of people like the Grey's Anatomy one, I guess. I thought it was just awful. I thought it was so bad. And they have some incredible singers. Like they have a Broadway star in their cast, and it did not do it for me.
I've looked into musical episodes. There's a lot in shows that I've started but haven't finished. Mm-hmm. So like Community apparently has a musical episode.
I don't think I've seen
it. The Office, I think, has one.
I must have seen. I don't know.
I
there's
think
music.
It should be.
Maybe the people
I think
sing
it's in the last season or something.
Don't know. I've seen all of The Office, but I blocked that, I guess.
There's another one.
Okay.
Help.
There are a lot.
Scrubs.
I think maybe people like that one. I can't remember it. That was so long ago.
I
haven't
Scrubs, seen any of them. It's
when
just
I was in
a
college.
ton of TV shows that I've started and never finished. So that happens with a lot of TV shows.
Yeah. Well, the point is, Once More with Feeling is so good.
It's incredible.
I feel like not everybody in the cast necessarily is a vocalist, and there are some like slightly weak vocals, but it's the
lyrics
music
and the
is so good,
are incredible. And the thing
and
about
they do
that
have some
musical, that episode is everything from all the seasons. Like they've all been building up to that episode, and it's so good.
Yeah, they went really hard with that one.
Yeah,
it was a big. The end of the episode is a huge moment, and it all like leads to that.
It all leads.
So good.
It all leads to that, and also, it's like there's so much to it. There's a reason why they're singing. That's a big one for me. Sometimes with musical episodes, there's no reason why they're singing. They're just singing, and it's a musical, and I don't know why, but it is.
Yeah, or it's like a weak reason, and they can't make it make sense. But because this is a world that has like demonic possessions and things that go on, they incorporate it well into the storyline. And Buffy does that throughout. They'll have things that sort of take over the whole world because of a particular like demon that's in the area that's manipulating their reality. And so it makes sense, and it's like a monster of the week, but it's done just so beautifully. We just could nerd out about Once More with Feeling.
It's just this episode. It's so good, and it's like there's important development for every single character in that episode. Like something, at least gets talked about. Like there's the whole Willow and
Tara
thing going on as well, and then there's Giles, then there's Spike and Buffy, and then there's Anya and Xander.
Mm-hmm.
It's like all of these storylines, they're all
their songs, their individual songs, like really encapsulate their seasonal arc and like there's what's going on for those characters within the entire season, and like it puts their emotions into the song. It's just so good. It is so good.
What's your favorite song from that episode?
I cannot, I can't say because I start like, I mean, I would assume, what's Spike's song?
Rest in Peace.
So, I mean, obviously I love Spike. So Rest in Peace, but also Walk Through the Fire. Like I love Walk Through the Fire.
That's the best song.
That's
the best song.
So good.
It's so good.
I just have to think. I know you're going to say Anya.
No, I wasn't going to say that, but
like that one's cutesy.
That one's fun. I love the piano in that one. But also at this point where I am in the show, that song makes me sad.
I also like Giles' song, but I feel like we kind of make fun of him for it.
The Giles and Tara song.
Yeah.
The one where they sing together.
Yeah.
That one's really good.
And standing in the way. Like it talks about like what's going on with Giles' feelings about where his relationship to Buffy. Which like we get frustrated about because we're like, get over it.
We get so mad at Giles.
But it
Especially
is really
like
well
when
done.
she really needs him, he just leaves.
Yeah.
It's like, peace out, guys.
He's like, yeah, I'm standing in the way. And she's like, no, I'm like dying here. Like I've got really serious problems. And he's like, bye, I guess you don't need me. Okay, so that was number 1.
Yes.
Moving
number
on.
1. Number 2, Something Blue. It's so good. It's not a deeply emotional episode at all.
So describe the general plot of Something Blue.
Okay, the general plot is it is emotional for Willow, but like basically Willow she's like a witch, and she was just her boyfriend just left the show for some reason.
Think quicker description.
Yeah, okay. But basically she's like wants whatever she does a spell where whatever she says is true becomes true. So basically she says like there's one part where she's talking to Giles and she's like, "Oh, you're so blind," and then he becomes blind.
So for the episode, he can't see.
He can't see.
And
the
she
whole
like
episode.
speaks sarcastically.
Yeah.
So it ends up like they end up thinking like, and this is earlier in the season, so Spike and Buffy think that they're engaged or think that they're going to get married.
No, I mean, yeah, they're basically Spike and Buffy are like they're pretty much enemies at that point. But then Willow says something like, "You're so obsessed with Spike all the time. Like you should just marry him."
Mm-hmm.
And then Buffy and Spike think that they're engaged and like in love with each other.
And that's my favorite part of it.
Yeah,
I love it.
Part.
And she's with Riley at the time, which you'll find from the rest of this podcast that we're not big Riley fans.
I don't like Riley at all.
And there's a really fun moment there.
Who likes Riley?
Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
Do people like Riley? Is that a thing that people like?
It's a good question.
If you like Riley, tell us why, please. Like, why?
We've got Mark Lucas in the chat being like, that's the actor. I think.
Sorry.
I'm
sorry, actor.
Yeah, sorry, actor.
It's not your fault, but Riley's the worst.
Riley's the worst. And yeah, so there's like a little Riley burn in there, and then you get the beginnings of chemistry. Well, there was always chemistry with Buffy and Spike, but like you get the beginnings of the romantic chemistry in just like a very fun, abrupt way.
Yeah, it's so ridiculous. I love that episode so much.
It's so good.
So that episode's fun for like, I don't know. Once More Feelings more like it's got more drama to it, and like there's more like.
I think we definitely like the top of our list is not very serious in general. But
Once More Feeling is serious in certain ways, but.
It is, but we have some of the like more serious episodes are a little bit lower on this list. They're still here.
Here it is. Hush.
Hush is very serious.
Hush is
I actually
scary.
wouldn't say it's my number 3, but it's in my top.
It's in my top for sure. Hush is a really good episode. It's like creepy and it's really good. Basically, all of the characters lose their ability to speak to each other, like. So they can't communicate, and they're being attacked by these monsters who can only be defeated by a human scream. So
they have to figure out other ways to communicate, and I think it's just kind of known as one of the best sort of a standalone episode that was done really well in television.
It's kind of like Blink in
Doctor Who,
which you haven't seen yet.
I haven't seen it yet. But yeah, it's very. I mean, Hush is a very well-known episode. Yeah. Just for being solid on its own.
It's very good, and I remember seeing the set before. Remember at Universal, they had like the neighborhood, and we drove past it one day in the tram. I didn't even know.
Yeah.
But now I do. Then we have, wait, do you want to say?
Well, actually, this isn't actually my number 4. So you're going to say, because I know you love this episode. Okay, go ahead.
Restless. And there are elements of this episode, like Xander's dream, they're a little, I mean, it's Xander. But this episode, I love it because I know this is kind of controversial because some people don't like that it's like so abstract and weird and all over the place, but it's basically, it goes into every single character's dreams, and you can't really appreciate it unless you've seen the whole show already, or like at least a lot of it, up to season 5, I think. But then if you've seen up to season 5 and then you go back and rewatch this episode, it's absolutely incredible because it has so much foreshadowing. It has like a deep dive on the characters' personalities, on their wants, their goals, their dreams, the things that they struggle with the most. And I love it.
And I love that Bailey loves that episode. Like, I love that you got it and that you like saw all the nuances of it. It is abstract for me.
It is abstract. It's really weird.
So that's why it's like not one of my favorites, but I love that it's like you love how weird it is. And I think we stand on like the two sides of that. Well, actually, some people might just really not like it. I don't really not like it. It's just not really like, it's not in my top episodes.
I love
in the same
episodes
way.
like that where the experimental episements. Buffy does this a lot. Doctor Who does this sometimes. But where the entire structure of the show changes for an episode, like the genre of it, and like just kind of it's like very different.
Yeah, it like morphs the entire show.
Yeah,
like Superstar does as well. That episode, Superstar.
Oh yeah, I have that on here too.
I know. Bailey loves that style episode, and I think a lot of people would agree with you. Like it's known as one of the top episodes for sure.
Also, I love the random cheese guy.
I know. Every element of what they were trying to do with Restless like hit so hard with Bailey.
The random cheese guy, like there was no point in him being there. He's always talking about cheese. Yeah. And I appreciate that because I like cheese.
And the foreshadowing in general, like you were touching on that, like Buffy does some really neat foreshadowing stuff. Like with Faith, we haven't even talked about that.
Oh, yeah.
But
I don't like Faith.
It's not like Faith, which is fine. But
I know some people really like Faith. I don't like Faith. Sorry.
Yeah. But the foreshadowing done with her in the early seasons, it's so great. Like, it's so great. And there's the rhyme that she does, the way, curds and whey.
No.
And she says your sister.
Something else.
It's that rhyme, but I can't remember right now. It's fine. But and I don't know. Dawn is coming, or like be back before dawn.
Be back before dawn, yeah.
And then there's the clock that has the countdown. Like I thought that was Tara. Good. I think it's Faith's dreams when Faith, or like when Faith's in her coma.
Faith said something else during her coma. It was the counting down to whatever the time is. Yeah. But that was Tara. The be back before dawn, that was Tara.
Probably. So
Selfless. Selfless is Anya's backstory episode in season 7, and I love it so much because it's my favorite character, and it's just a whole episode about her. And I love Anya. Yeah.
We almost named Bailey Anya.
You should have.
It was like in my top list, and Dad said no. But
Dad, how dare you?
I know. What was he thinking?
Rude.
And then I would say, so for me, or like I would put these ones earlier up on the list, but I think, which one's Passion? Passion's the one with Jenny. So there's an episode that I mentioned earlier in season 2, and it changes the direction of the entire show, and it's called Passion, and I love it. It is the moment when I'm showing Buffy to people, like it is the episode I count up to. Like I am so excited for this episode because it just changes everything, and it, oh man, it just, the show goes from Monster of the Week to so dark, so interesting. And I just think it like turned television on its head. Like, it's just so good. And I think that a lot of shows since this show have copied it because it was so good. Like, they've done things like it in books. I think the vampire, I can't remember right now, but there's one. It's not the Vampire Diaries. It's like Vampire University or something. I can't remember, but it's still a good book series. But it copies basically the whole show, which is what makes it so good. No, I can't remember what it's called.
You've seen so many vampire things.
I've seen vampire things. I like them. I'm okay with repeating like this storyline because I feel like
the only
so
vampire things I've like really read were this one and Twilight. And What We Do in the Shadows is not so reading, but it's my favorite.
So good.
It's like one of my favorite movies.
So I love Passion. I love that it just takes such a turn, and it's so sad. It's so like you just don't expect a show to go so dark, like this show from this era, to just like embrace doing something that's just, you can't go back from it. And they completely changed one of the core characters, and it's just so good. Yeah. I love it. For me, it's like that is the big moment when Buffy changes. So that is one of my top ones. And then also Becoming Part 2, same thing. And this is the Angel era.
Spike's in this one too. This is the first episode where Spike kind of shows some redeeming qualities.
Yeah, but it's interesting because like at its core, for me, Buffy is like the Buffy and Spike and Anya and all that crew. That's like my Scooby Gang. But I loved the Angel era. Like, I just thought it was so good. I
liked Oz a lot. I was really mad when Oz left the show. I feel like Oz didn't. That was really out of character, and Oz didn't deserve that ending.
It was.
But it's okay.
But yeah, there were so many. There were like, it's such a different story in the beginning than later.
I loved Cordelia too, but I don't know. Where I'm at in Angel right now is, I don't know how I feel about Cordelia anymore.
Yeah, we're trying to have Bailey watch Buffy and Angel as it aired. So we'll watch like a Buffy episode and then the Angel episode, like, because sometimes they go together, and it can be a little rough because Buffy's like so good and Angel is a little weaker overall, which I think some people would argue.
Some people would argue with it, but Buffy's better.
I really want, when we get to...
I think it's because... Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay.
I think it's also partly because Buffy mixes humor and darker elements so well, and then Angel's a lot just darker overall, and there's no, like... It's not as fun.
A little mopey.
But we need the fun.
Oh, one fun thing that I would say about the Angel intro, though, I know this is kind of sidetracking, but I've noticed that there are times when you pause the Angel intro that they have these Easter egg images. Like, they'll have him being like smiling really goofy. Like, there have been a couple times when we paused on the intro where they have very interesting images that are like Easter eggy. So I recommend trying that. They have
I do
frames.
remember like pausing it and he was smiling and I was like, what is happening?
You can't see it in the general intro. It's like it's a frame within the intro that has like moments, and that's just something I've noticed. I tried to look it up online and I didn't see anybody else talking about it, but we've definitely paused it a bunch.
There's a really good episode in Angel you told me that I haven't gotten to yet.
Smile Time. Yeah,
there was a really good one. It was at the same time as the Buffy episode where they all lost their memories. Spin the Bottle.
Yeah,
Angel's
good. Had some good episodes. Smile Time is really cool. Then you'll like it when we get to it, but we're not there yet. And I think I
feel like season 1 of Angel, I did not like at all. I didn't like it, and I didn't want to watch the rest of it. But then I got to season 2, and it was the season 2 finale that made me be like, oh, okay, we're getting some of the Buffy goofiness again. Like, I needed this.
We always make jokes about how, like, when we flip back and forth, like how kind of sad and mopey it is. Like,
and there's some sad
and the intro is so funny because
like
it's so
sad
mopey.
Moments to Buffy too, but it's like fun, and it starts fun too because like the intro's so fun, and then I mean. Angel's just, it might be in part because the main character's so like so sad always.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, I don't know. I feel like Buffy's so much more fun than Angel.
It is. But I really do think it's important that you have Angel season 5 like ready for you when we finish Buffy, because you'll want it. So that's the main reason why I'm having her be caught up with it.
I'm gonna miss Buffy.
You're gonna miss Buffy, and you're gonna want to jump right into season 5. I think I did. I needed it after the end of Buffy, so that's why I'm having you do it this way. And it's an interesting way to watch. I do think it slows down the excitement of like binge watching Buffy, because it's like so good and so much is happening in season 6 and season 7. You just want to like keep watching it. So to have to like stop and switch to Angel is like mentally it's a little difficult.
Yes.
Yeah.
But there are some really good characters
And crossovers.
Like what crossovers? There's been Oz, Cordelia. Obviously Cordelia is like a
Buffy.
main character. Buffy, Spike.
That one
Spike
girl who comes back, Anne. There's some really interesting stuff with that.
I forgot about her. Yes, definitely her. And Wesley Wyndham-Pryce.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, there are some crossovers, but we'll talk about that more later when you've watched all of Buffy.
Superstar. I love Superstar because I think it's a really interesting way to bring Jonathan back into the show. Jonathan is like a side character who was like pretty much the one that was always targeted by monsters in the first few seasons.
Superstar begins, and the narrative is completely different. You're not watching Buffy all of a sudden. You're watching a show about a guy like Jonathan.
Like some like
Superstar.
Random like he's like almost. He's like more than an extra, a little bit more than an extra.
Up till this point.
So
all of the sudden, the whole perspective is Jonathan. The whole world loves Jonathan, and and also not only was he kind of a glorified extra in the past, he was also somebody who was considered like an outcast, a student who was kind of sad.
Always attacked by monsters, like literally always the first one to be attacked by monsters.
So you just get thrown into this alternate world, and you have to experience it kind of the same way everybody else in the world does, and figure it out and like
yeah. And I love this episode because it's like, whoa, that was random.
Yeah. So I don't think that would have been one of my tops, but it is really good, and like that's the kind of thing that Bailey appreciates, and I love that.
And then let's see, Lover's Walk, incredible episode. It's in season 3. It's the only Spike episode in season 3.
More Spike.
But Spike shows up in Sunnydale and like kidnaps Willow and Xander and stuff, and like just trying to get her to make a potion. But anyways, it's a great episode. I love it so much because it's just, I love season 3. Season 3 I feel like is really well written. Everything's just really good about season 3. Except Spike's not in it at all.
Well, and the crazy thing was that character was only supposed to last a few episodes. And he showed up, and he was so good that they were like, all right, we're going to keep this up. And then he ends up being like a main critical role in the show. And my favorite, like I love Spike. And it's just, I also applaud like the writers for making that change and embracing it. And I think it had to do with them casting a child. I think this is why they did it, but they cast a child as a vampire, and I think he was supposed to be around longer, and then they realized the child was aging, so they were like, oh, and like kill him off really quickly. And I think that's when they put Spike in. Like I think it was related to that. But I always think that that's really funny.
Yeah, Spike was the one who killed the little kid.
He did, and I think, but I don't know for sure that that's the reason why they extended Spike.
No, I think it's just because everyone loves Spike.
Yeah, maybe, but I think I feel like it was connected. I know that they were surprised when they realized, oh yeah, kids get older, and
that's
they were like,
why they introduced Spike in the first place. But he was only supposed to die in his first episode or something, and then he was like really good. So I get
it was so good.
Let's see. Oh my gosh, I love these 2 episodes, Wish and Doppelgangland. The Wish. So. Both of these episodes, they're kind of a 2-parter, but they're like they're apart from each other. And it's about like alternate universes, and it's when Anya comes in for the first time, and she's like my favorite. I love Anya so much. Excuse me. So, I don't know. They're great, and I really liked just like both of them very much. And The Wish made me really appreciate. I mean, Anya.
Yeah.
She showed up, and I was very happy.
Yeah, Anya's wonderful. And she comes in as Monster of the Week, like somebody that you're not expecting to see longer. And then she becomes, again, one of the main characters. And she plays, what is it called? A vengeance demon?
A vengeance demon, yeah.
And yeah, so she helps scorned women have vengeance on men who have been cruel to them. And I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how much, I guess it doesn't matter how much plot point I give away, but so that's what she does. And one thing I love about the show is that there's somebody named Halfrek who's also a vengeance demon.
Oh, yes.
And
that connects to Fool for Love, right? Yeah. Which is another one on my list.
So if you watch the Spike backstories carefully, he's in love with somebody who
Cecily, right?
Cecily, and it's the same actress. And then she becomes Halfrek, the vengeance demon. Anyway, I love that.
I think she was Halfrek, and she was like undercover, and that was when he met her. I think I looked into this.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's the same actress. It's very interesting. I thought I thought Cecily became Halfrek, but I don't know. Bailey might know something different.
I might. Yeah.
We'll have to look into that more.
Yeah, we'll look into it more, but I'm pretty sure she was a vengeance demon before.
Okay.
Least favorite episode?
Did you want to explain Doppelgangland?
Oh, it's just... Okay, so that one is about Willow, and I don't know, I feel like a little bit later, like especially in season 6, I liked Willow a lot up till season 6, because, I don't know, Willow, chill out. But she was my favorite character at that point, and that episode was all about her and an alternate version of her, and it like really made me appreciate her.
There's this like alternate version of Willow who in a lot of ways
that might be foreshadowing, actually.
It is. There's a lot of it that is foreshadowing to some of Willow, the characters, like her inner thoughts and desires. Like I think that character, that vampire version, is just Willow with no barriers, not withholding anything, and just like kind of all of her darkest thoughts just out in the open. So there's a lot of foreshadowing there, and it is definitely very interesting. But I think there's a nod to the fact that the vampire, if you watch her, she's actually attracted to girls.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, if you watch in the episodes, there's some interesting foreshadowing there.
Now it's time for our least favorite episode.
Least favorite.
Beer Bad. I think this one is widely recognized as the worst episode.
So embarrassing.
Of this whole show. And it's not, I mean, it's just bad.
It's just bad.
It's just bad. Like, nothing good happens.
I feel like I almost would say Where the Wild Things Are is actually
It's worse. It's worse, definitely.
Like, I would rather, if I had to skip any episode in the whole series, like I would easily skip Where the Wild Things Are, which is just Riley and Buffy being intimate the entire episode.
The whole time.
For like, just because
the only good part
like,
about that episode is there's like some, I feel like I remember there being some funny Anya dialogue, and there was one part where they find Giles like singing at a diner.
I mean, alternately, if you want to talk about Smashed, where it's Spike and Buffy,
it's the same thing, but it's Spike and Buffy.
It's the same thing, but it's Spike and Buffy, so it's like the top. That's like one of my favorites. But
that's one of my
No, but I did want to talk about that one because I noticed when we were watching it that they must, like, when they adapted it to widescreen or something, the episode Smashed with Spike and Buffy, and this is their big, like, intimate. Yeah, spoilers. This is their big moment. And there are scenes where Spike's supposed to be naked. And because it's in widescreen, I don't think they accounted for it. And it's so funny because you can see his like pretend TV underwear like throughout. And it's so awkward. Like if you look at it, he's wearing these like little tiny like nylon shorts or whatever. Like I don't know, but I caught that when I was watching with you and I thought it was so funny.
I wasn't paying close attention.
Oh, I was paying close attention. It's like a little detective.
Okay.
So anyway, I recommend rewatching that show on a big, giant, widescreen TV. So, you know, for the Easter egg. The Easter egg, Bailey. For the Easter egg. So you can catch the little booties that he's wearing and the little shorty shorts. I always think it's funny when you like catch a TV show trying to hide something, or you know, like the boom mic comes down.
So yeah, Beer Bad is just bad because it's bad.
We're going back to Beer Bad.
It's just bad because it's bad. Like there's like really nothing else to it. It's kind of funny because of how like terrible it is. It's like,
does it send a good message to young children about not drinking beer?
Don't drink beer.
Beer bad.
Beer bad. The title describes itself. Where the Wild Things Are, obviously we just went over that.
Terrible.
So bad. I couldn't watch it. Like I was like watching it and the whole time I was like,
and then didn't you skip it all together when Jacob watched
it? I did skip the whole thing.
No
I was
point.
like, you don't need to see this, Jacob. And he was like, I agree.
Then you have I, Robot, You, Jane on here.
I didn't write that.
Okay, it wasn't very good.
It wasn't very good. But it wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
Okay, now I have Seeing Red, which is important, but I don't like it. I just have so many problems with it.
That is a much disliked episode. And
it's so bad.
And it was traumatizing for the actor who played Spike to film. And
he
didn't want to film it. He really argued against it, and
they shouldn't have filmed it.
Yeah, they shouldn't have filmed it. Anyway, did you want to talk about Into the Woods?
Not just it's that whole scene, but also the whole Willow thing. Like
for all of Seeing Red.
All of Seeing Red, I didn't like it. Like it destroyed every single character I liked. It felt like, except for Anya. I still like Anya. She's still my favorite. And also Tara. Tara was never bad, ever.
Did you want to talk about Into the Woods?
Into the Woods was...
Is that Oz's departure?
That was... Oh, I should have put that one on there.
I don't... What's that one
I didn't
called?
like
Do you
that
know?
one. It was like Beasts or something.
Yeah, that was very forced and sudden, and it just seemed like they were firing the actor.
Yeah, and also like everything felt like the character just a very... Like, you could have just made him leave and not destroyed his entire character. Like, it makes me so mad when writers do that, when they just completely make you so mad at a character that you liked so much before just so they could leave the show.
I feel like sometimes it gives insight into, like, political dramas within the actual, like, cast and writers. Mm-hmm. Like, where you go, this made so little sense. Like, I felt... that way, you haven't seen it yet, but I felt that way about Izzy in Grey's Anatomy, where like the writers were like, we're going to do her so dirty and she's never coming back. Like it's like that vibe, I feel like. And I don't know, maybe that wasn't happening, but that's kind of how it felt.
So Into the Woods was Riley's departure.
Oh, kind of sounds like a good thing.
That was the only good thing that came out of this episode. The whole thing was just really bad. Like it was and it made me so mad at Xander. I can't even. You remember Xander the whole time was like, but Riley was so good for you. I'm so mad at you, Buffy. Why don't you go back and be with Riley? Like, why don't you love Riley enough, Buffy? And I'm like, Xander, you're the worst.
So we really can't ignore the real issues of what we've discovered Joss Whedon put like the cast through, especially Charisma Carpenter and possibly Michelle Trachtenberg. Like there were some sketchy seeming things that happened there. And it's inexcusable and so sad. And I'm so sad that like something that I love so much was tainted. And also that those things happened to the cast, like that they went through that. I think the show's still deeply meaningful to fans, but we can also call out the harm that was done. And I still think it's important to like be able to love this show because there were so many people who didn't do anything wrong and that kind of put their blood and their heart into creating it. And I still like applaud all that they did, while also like acknowledging that it stinks that he treated them so poorly. I think it's, and also like the question about like feminist themes and who was creating it. Like, I don't know, it's such a bummer. But I'm excited about the reboot because of that, because I feel like we're seeing Sarah Michelle Gellar being able to take over this project and something that it like is so meaningful to her, and that like in a lot of ways like she represents this thing by being Buffy. And now I watched her like handing off the role to the young girl. I don't know her name, but the young actress who's going to be playing Buffy, and like seeing her so excited.
Oh wait, it's like a full like it's Buffy. There's a new Buffy?
As far as I know, well, you know what? I don't know if she's playing Buffy. I don't think you can be Anya. You know, I think she's playing Buffy. That was my impression. Maybe
it's like a new Slayer because
maybe it's a new Slayer. I don't know, but she was like handing off the role. I think it's to Buffy. And she kind of looks like Sarah Michelle Gellar. Have you not seen it where she's casting her? Oh, you've got to see it. She's so happy.
I heard that Sarah Michelle Gellar is going to be in the show, right? So what if she's
the
new Giles? What if she's the new Giles?
She's standing in the way. Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. I'm kind of like, I don't want to know much about it because I just want to see it. I
really want to see it too.
Without it being like, without having too much expectations or having it like too tainted. But I'm like, I'm really excited, and I'm also kind of nervous.
I'm really excited. I feel like I have this problem where if I like really like a show, I'm gonna research it in depth and then get spoilers accidentally. Yeah. So I've been trying to avoid doing that.
Oh, you know what? I'm actually looking at it. It says they're not recasting Buffy. It's a new Slayer, and yeah, so that's great. Yeah, I feel like I'm excited, but I'm like protective over it. And it's something that I think is like in a lot of ways so good. I just can't imagine. I don't know how they're going to live up to it. And
I mean, I'm excited to see like with like the CGI it deserves.
And I'll say like, the CGI, that'll be kind of amazing.
The old CGI is so great because
it's so bad. First season, wild.
It's no. Graduation day, the like snake guy. That was It's so funny. It's like it kind of makes the show so much better. But also, I really want to see it with good CGI because see what happens.
I don't know. It's funny though, because honestly, when I was younger, like younger, like, I don't know, 10, 12, I really liked the Buffy movie, and not a lot of people liked it. And like, I don't know, I don't necessarily like it now, but
I want to see it.
Yeah. You haven't seen it yet, but I loved it. And that was the reason why I didn't watch the Buffy TV show when it was on TV, because I was so upset that there was like a new Buffy, and I was like, oh, I don't want this to happen because I like this so much. And now obviously I'm like, I don't even care about the movie. And for so many reasons, like I would rather have Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Do you think she'll return as Buffy?
Maybe, yeah, probably. I don't know.
That would be so cool. I wonder if it's going to be a continuation from the comics as well, because there were comics that are like based after.
You really have to see season 7 before we talk about any of this.
Okay, sorry.
But anyway, that's where we'll end it. And there's so many more things we could say.
There's so much more. We have like.
Yeah, I had a whole list of Easter eggs that we didn't get to, so we have to do that.
Or like,
I'm sorry.
We didn't talk about our favorite characters, but obviously you already know it's Spike and Anya. They're the best ones.
Yeah. So anyway.
Yeah. So I have a lot to say about why I dislike Xander as well. Like, I want to have a whole thing on that.
Yeah, we could have a whole discussion on Xander.
Yeah.
And there's so much to talk about with Buffy and with us. So we'll do this again, I'm sure. And thank you so much for watching. We will see you next time.
Bye.